Hello everyone, this is Cthulhu Luigi, and welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Pikmin. We are just finishing up day 2 if you are just now joining us, although it would be a bit weird to just now join us unless you are picking random videos to watch, in which case I salute you, you are among the best of YouTube. Random videos are excellent. That's how I discover most of the things I like. Why? It's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. Yeah, right, more like if it was global warming, why would there be winter sometimes? I mean, what? So anyway, yes, I am hell-bent on taking all of the poor yellow Pikmin's food for the reds. I think the Reds are the most violent of the bunch, and they are willing to sacrifice the needs of others for their own personal gain. Nah, just kidding, all Pikmin are all happy and love each other and are always making out and stuff. So man, the Pluckophone in Pikmin 2, if you haven't played Pikmin 2, you have no idea what that is, but it is the best thing because it lets you use your whistle to pluck Pikmin sprouts, and when that is coupled with the significantly decreased Pikmin growing times in Pikmin 2, the game is considerably faster, and with the exclusion of the time limit, which, while definitely makes the game more fun and stuff, I think it sort of ruins some of the atmosphere too, because you can't just stick around in this like you can in Pikmin 2. You're constantly fighting the clock, knowing that Olmar is going to die if you don't hurry up and get things done every single day. Of course, that's not entirely true, but... So anyway, let's take on the first major enemy of the game. You can throw Pikmin considerably faster if you group them around him. And the poor thing is overwhelmed if you have about 50, I'd say, is the minimum that you can really get away with just doing that to it. Otherwise, you're gonna have some casualties. It's not a huge deal, but a lot of people like to go for no death runs just because Pikmin are so dang kawaii, so yeah, I would not advise doing that unless you have about as many as I had here. 80 might be a bit much, but I know my guide recommends 70. Yep, this should light things up. No more candles for him. But yes, this is not a terribly difficult day while those guys are off doing that. Oh, my clock is indicating the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my action accordingly, so it's best for me to... Okay, yes, I know how to do this. I'm sorry if you really liked the narration in the first parts, but that was making things take way too long. I wish I knew where that last Pikmin was. I hate it. This game has slightly worse Pikmin AI than the original, and as such, things like that happen too much. And likewise, my Pikmin casualty rate of leaving behind at night is depressingly higher. And I have to say, although I am a grumpy old man, as I have said, I do feel a tinge of sorrow if a Pikmin is ever left behind just because of how horrible that is. And although I am a grumpy old Wario who can have microgames of rolling over Pikmin and not feel horrible about it, I do like the little buggers, so I am not going to be very liberal with my use of Pikmin, but I'm also not going for a no-death run. I used to always make sure I used to basically use every single day as a breeding day and start off with like 5 Pikmin and try to build up as many as I could, because that was easier than actually accomplishing things, but that's not really how the game works out best, and it is far easier and more efficient to keep 100 out at all times. Then things are automatically stored in the onion and you don't have to wait for them to grow and you don't have to pluck them, and it's overall much easier. And I guess the yellow onions back here, I don't even remember it being like that, but I could have forgotten. I clearly forgotten, as it's not out here, I don't think. And yeah, the absence of purples make everything really slow and boring in this game, unfortunately. I do plan on playing Pikmin 2 eventually. that it would take considerably longer than this, especially if you do like the right thing and complete the game with a wistful wild instead of just abandoning it after the arbitrary story cutoff point to introduce a different character. It's not an ending at all. But yeah, Ballporbs really stay asleep in this compared to Pikmin 2. But, yeah. You are a brave little Pikmin. And I'm pretty sure without keeping all the Pikmin around you so you can throw them at maximum speed, things like that happen. I'm feeling just as sad as you are, even if I'm too manly to say it. I'm sorry. Refill my Pikmin supplies, Ballborb Corpse, while I continue gathering all of the poor Yellow's resources. Yellow has a nice little nest here, so yeah, I'm forgetting all the cutscenes. This is gonna take at least 2 parts, or 2 parts a day, yeah. I mean, it's not gonna be like exactly 2 parts a day. I'll probably be able to manage with a little tiny bit less, but it's going to be close. Please sprout, yellow Pikmin. What's this? A yellow Pikmin. It has ears and flies and carries explosives. That's my kind of Pikmin. So if you're really good at the game, you could have gotten this like at noon at the earliest. Or not at the earliest, at the very latest. But I'm going to dump my reds away and use yellows to clear the passageways and stuff for the rest of the day. Yeah, the Pikmin are considerably slower, or they're not really considerably slower in this. What am I talking about? Oop, I've made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. 100 Pikmin means they stay stuck inside their onion. Condemned to a horrible fate of likely never leaving their onion. Actually, I'm going to wait for that and pluck all these. Then scurry back over to the poor yellow Pikmin, which I've abandoned. Pluck the possibly budding, yellow buds. That was redundant. And I really wish it didn't keep that longer than you really have the Pikmin being plucked. Keep the camera zoomed in longer than you have the Pikmin being plucked because it confuses me. But hopefully I got all those reds under control. There should be 3 left. Aww. And where's your friend, Reddy? Oh. Yeah, I sort of don't like this part because you have to zoom in. Oh, I don't even have the map yet. That's wonderful, poor guy. Hope I can find him. Whoop. Nope, not for you. We need to find your friend, and because I am let's playing and trying to be in some way efficient so I don't have to, like, not comment a bunch, I am going to be not putting that at very high priority, which doesn't depress me at all. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll probably find it. Whoop, time for you to make another Pikmin-related discovery, young Alamer. Whoop. The yellow Pikmin picked up bomb rocks, they explode. Yep. Okay, good job, Pikmin. I'm always wary of these because they tend to go off at the drop of a hat. How do I switch between Pikmin types in this? I don't, is how I guess. Running out of time both in the day and in the video, but let's break open this door before we go. The glowing rocks blow up doors. That's basically the gist of that message. Let's see, can we love the other door while we're at it? Uh-oh, it's almost sundown. Hurry up. I really, really hope I have... it would be nice if I have time to get that one that is missing somewhere. So, let's open up the door. Oh. Welp. not sure what the priority is, but eventually Alamer is going to write in his journal about how yellow Pikmin can die from their own bomb rocks and how depressing this is, like we needed to dwell on it further. Where are you, last red Pikmin? I really don't want this to be your first and last day of adventures. Oh, right over there. That almost balances out the sheer sorrow in directing a yellow Pikmin to its bloody, explosive death. Anyway, we are clearly about done with this day and about done with this part, so I will inform the next of kin of the exploded Pikmin, and I will see you in the next part, in which we will embark day 3.